Hello all, welcome to Gurukul CAT 100 series, a series designed to take you from your study room to your corporate boardroom. I am Deepak Nemani and this is Daily Quant with Deepak. Hi all, welcome back to day 45 of 100 days to CAT Quant series. In this video, we will be discussing 5 questions from algebra. So whenever a question is displayed on the screen, pause the video, try solving that question. Once you're done solving, you can resume the video. If you find this video useful, like the video, share this video with your friends who are preparing for CAT, and most importantly, for more videos of this kind, subscribe to this channel. And if you want to attempt these 5 questions as a test, you can log into our portal, the gurukul.org.in. The link is provided in the description, where you'll get access to a course called 100 Days Race to CAT for free, in which there will be 3 sections: Quant, LRD, and VRC. We will be uploading 100 tests in each section. So if you are a serious CAT25 aspirant, you cannot afford missing those tests. So without any further delay, let's get started with the first question. Now coming to the first question, a real valued function is defined as f of x plus y is equal to x plus f of y such that f of 0 is equal to 0. Find the value of f of 402. Now we are given with f of 0 is equal to 0 and f of x plus y is equal to x plus f of y, right? Now what I'll do is I'll put the value of x as 1 and y as 0. Right. Now let's try to find the value of f of 1, or let's try to identify a pattern of how f of x look like. Right. So f of 1 plus 0 is equal to 1 plus, now why did I replace y with 0? Because we already have f of 0 is equal to 0. So f of 0, which is 0. Right. So on the left hand side you have f of 1, which is equal to 1 plus 0, or 1. Right. So we have f of 1 is equal to 1. Now similarly, let's try to find the value of f of 2. Right. So to do that, I'll replace the values of both x and y as 1 and 1. Right. So you'll be having 1 plus f of 1. Now we know that the value of f of 1 is equal to 1. So I'll replace this with 1. So you have 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2. Now what is 2? F of 2 is equal to 2. Right. So we have f of 2 is equal to 2. Now after doing till here, right, so I can find a pattern. Right. So f of x is equal to x might be the function. Right. So what I'll do now is I will assume f of x is equal to x, and I'll check whether if this is being satisfied or not. Right. So to do that, I'll replace y with x, assuming f of x is equal to x. Right. So if that's the case, now this is nothing but x plus f of x. Right. Now what is here? We have f of 2x is equal to x plus, if I assume f of x to be x, this becomes x. Right. Now what is f of 2x? Now 2x is equal to x plus x, which is also 2x. So the assumption that I have made that the function might be f of x is equal to x is valid. So what would be the value of f of 402? 402, and that should be the answer to this question. So whenever you come across a question from functions, right, so you need to first find the pattern how f of x can be by placing the values. Once you have that, right, so here I have assumed f of x is equal to x, and all I did is have checked whether this equation is being satisfied for the assumption that I have made or not. Okay. So the answer for this question should be 402. Now coming to the second question, how many integers x such that mod x is less than 100 can be expressed as x is equal to 4 minus y square by 4 for some integer y. So y has to be an integer, and x should be equal to 4 minus y square by 4. Now on cross multiplication, we'll be having 4x is equal to 4 minus y square, or y square should be equal to 4 minus 4x, or y square is equal to 4 into 1 minus x, or y square is equal to, let me write 4 as 2 square into 1 minus x. Now, for this to be perfect square, 1 minus x should also be a perfect square, right? And 1 minus x should be greater than or equal to 0 because this cannot be negative. Now, if this is negative, this whole value will be negative and y square cannot be negative, right? So, 1 should be greater than or equal to x. Now, we are also given that mod x should be less than 100. So that means the value of x should lie between minus 100 to 100. Right. So if the value of x is 101, mod 101, 101 is greater than 100. It's not less than 100. Now similarly, if the value of x is, let us say, minus 101, 101 is more than 100, not less than 100. Right. So given with this inequality, the value of x should be greater than minus 100 and less than 100. And we also have one more inequality where x has to be less than or equal to 1. So the final range of value should be minus 100, less than x, less than or equal to 1. And also 1 minus x, this should be a perfect square, right? Now, so when the value of x is equal to 1, y is equal to 0. Perfect square, right? Now, what is the minimum value that x can take? Minus 99. I can write this as minus 99 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1, right? So then also 1 minus of minus 99, 100, right? So we have 1 minus x, 0. When the value of x is 0, you have 1. When the value of x is minus 3, you have 4, which is 2 square. When the value of x is minus 8, then you have 9, 3 square. So on till when the value of x is minus 99, you have 100, which is 10 square. Right? So y square can be written as 2 square into 0 square or 1 square or 2 square, so on till 10 square. So how many values do we have? From 0 square to 10 square, you have 11 values. Hence 11 should be the answer to this question. Now coming to the third question, if the product of two integers is minus 36, then which of the following cannot be the sum of the squares? Let the two numbers be a and b. Now we are given that a into b is equal to minus 36. And we are asked to find which of the following cannot be sum of their squares. So a square plus b square, right? Now I can write this as a plus b whole square minus 2ab, right? Or a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Now once you have done till here, now this has to be a perfect square, right? Now let's go by options. Now let me consider a square plus b square to be 97. If this is 97, 2ab, ab is minus 36, 2ab will be minus 72, which is equal to 25. And this should be a plus b whole square. So the value of a plus b can be plus or minus 5 possible. So this cannot be our answer. Now if I consider this to be 328 minus 72, 256. Again, a plus b whole square is equal to 256. 256 is also a perfect square, hence possible cannot be the answer. Right, so 153. If I consider this as 153, 153 minus 72 is 81. Again, a plus b whole square is equal to plus or minus 9. So possible cannot be the answer. Now if I consider this as 450, 450 minus 72 is equal to 8, 378. Now is 378 a perfect square? No. So this is not possible. Hence option D should be the answer to this question. Now coming to the fourth question, mod of log x plus 1 to the base x minus 1 is equal to 2, then how many real values of x satisfy the given equation? So if I remove modulus, you have mod x plus 1 to the base x minus 1 is equal to 2. This is one case, and log x plus 1 to the base x minus 1 is equal to minus 2. Right. So this should be the other case. Now, changing logarithmic form to exponential form, we have x plus 1 is equal to x minus 1 whole square. This is one case, or x plus 1 is equal to x minus 1 power minus 2. Right. So I can write this as 1 by x minus 1 whole square. Right? Now here let me expand this. X plus 1 should be equal to x square plus 2x plus 1. Now I can cancel these two. Sorry, this should be minus 2x. Right? So x square should be equal to 3x. So x square minus 3x should be equal to 0. So x into x minus 3 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 3. Now first let's check whether the value of x can be 0 or not. Now if I replace the value of x with 0 here, you have minus 1 in the base, which is not possible, right? So this is not possible. So if I consider this case, you have one definite value for x. Now coming to the other case, right? So x minus 1 whole square into x plus 1. So x square minus 2x plus 1 into x plus 1 should be equal to 1. Let me expand this. X cube minus 2x square plus x square minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 1. I can cancel these two, right? So what do we have? X cube minus x square minus x should be equal to 0. Now if I take x common, you have x square minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. Again, either x has to be 0 or this should be 0. Right? X cannot be 0. We had already checked that. So x square minus x minus 1, this should be equal to 0. Now what would be the roots of this equation? Minus b, minus of minus 1, 1 plus or minus under root 1 plus 4 by 2, right? So this will be 1 plus root 5 by 2 or 1 minus root 5 by 2. Again, this is not possible because this is negative value, right? So x cannot be negative. So we have one definite value of x here and one definite value of x here. So the answer for this question should be 2. You have two definite values for x. Now coming to the last question, the set of values of p for which the roots of the equation 3x square plus 2x plus p into p minus 1 is equal to 0 are of opposite sign. So if one root is positive, the other has to be negative, right? Now what if both the roots are of opposite sign? The product will always be negative, right? So what is the product of the roots of this equation? C by a is equal to 3, c is equal to p into p plus 1. So p into p minus 1 by 3, this should be less than 0, negative, right? So if I cross multiply, we have p into p minus 1 should be less than 0. The roots of that are p is equal to 0 or p is equal to 1. Again, positive, negative, positive. Now, where can we have p into p minus 1? Less than 0, negative. So the value of p should lie between 0 and 1. Hence, option B should be the answer to this question.
Hope you enjoyed learning from today's session.
This series is designed to help you with your CAT preparation and practice daily. We are with you in this journey.
To watch the next video, click here. And to watch Gurukul's CAT 100 series, study room to boardroom, the entire playlist, click here.
If you learned from today's session, like, share, and subscribe.